Well, I had me a girl in L.A. I knew she could not stay. Had me a girl in San Diego. One day she just had to go. And then I had me a girl in Tallahassee. Boy, what a foxy lassie. And my doctor says I'll be alright, but I'm feeling blue. And my doctor says I'll be alright. Doctor says I'll be alright. Doctor says I'll be alright, but I'm feeling blue. This is Ray, and I was thinking last night. I have pancreatic cancer, but I was thinking about the things that really messed up my life. And you would think pancreatic cancer would be at the very top. But when I look at my life, I got another number one that is driving me crazy. And it all started back in the 80s. If you remember back in the 80s, when some wacko went into these drugstores and put cyanide in these Tylenol capsules and killed 7 people, including a 12-year-old girl. And they never did find this person. They found a suspect, but they could never really put a case on him. But that act right there led to a frenzy. First of all, Tylenol, man, they did a good job, man. They come right out and they pulled everything off the shelf and give everybody money back, and they did all this stuff like that. But for the first time in America, all these companies started thinking about their product. And Tylenol, man, you can't hardly even open a Tylenol bottle now. It's got so much plastic. And I don't know where these chemists, experts come up with this technology for this new plastic that they got. But it must have been maybe they got it from outer space, one of them space experiments or something. Because the plastic is different today. And it was like a tamper-proof frenzy. Everybody was triple wrapping their bottles, man. Everything was child-proof. And when they make everything child-proof, they also make everything cancer patient-proof, And I'm like, I'm having the hardest time, even with a jar of pickles. They got plastic wrap around that, and man, there's no way that you're gonna peel it like that. There's no simple way to get in it. You gotta take a knife and you gotta jab it in there, and then you gotta cut all around it and stuff. And I was just trying to open up a box of Golden Crisp, which back in the 80s was called Sugar Crisp, and then they changed it so it sounds healthier. But I opened up the top, and then I pulled the bag out, and I figure, okay, the best way to open this is to grab it on both sides and then pull. Well, this new plastic they got, man, I'm like, I'm doing isometrics. I feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger, man, Jack LaLanne. And I'm like, and it's out to here. I swear. It's out to here. And then all of a sudden, boom. And man, half a bowl went up in the air, man. And I spent, 10 minutes picking up little Sugar Crisps off the floor and stuff. And that has been my biggest aggravation. Now, that sounds stupid and petty and trite, but that's the one thing that is because there's nothing that you can buy that you can just kind of like get into. All because of this creep that poisoned that Tylenol. And all the lawyers just swooped in, man. I mean, what kind of price can you put on life? You can't do that. And the lawyers, man, Tylenol ended up throwing out millions and millions and millions of dollars. And the lawyers just were hawks, you know. They probably was running commercials and have you taken Tylenol lately? Have you taken an aspirin lately and felt kind of sick in your stomach? Call me. The number is 555. And it just it drives me nuts, man. Especially because I've lost all my muscle strength, And so even without that plastic, I would have a hard time. But with the plastic, I mean, you name a product. I mean, peanut butter. Simple old peanut butter. They got triple wrap around the outside. It takes you 10 minutes to cut free, unwrap it, and you think, yeah. Then I got to put it between my legs and take both hands and the bottle spinning in my leg and I don't want to ask anybody for help and I'm twisting and twisting. Finally it breaks free and I'm like, yeah, peanut butter sandwich. I take the lid and I look and there's another wrap. There's another seal on there. And it's got a little tab. Yeah, you try taking that tab and pulling it. For one thing, my fingers just slip right off of the tab. But if I get a good grip on it and pull, I rip it, but I leave half of it. I only rip half of it off. The other half is on there. So I got to go find me a knife and I got to go cut all around. And I got, you look around at my kitchen counter and it's just filled with knives and blood and cardboard and I've cut myself more than a few times trying to get it off. So pancreatic cancer probably comes in real close second. But if I could strap myself with some plastic explosive and find that guy or girl, woman, whoever poisoned that Tylenol, because up to that point, life was smooth. But if I could find him, I'd strap myself down, man. And I'd say, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Because that's how I feel about it. Messed my life up. Made everything 3 times as hard. So I've been it. I feel better.
I got something,